Hello, I'm so glad you could join me today to talk about some great books. I brought a friend to help me, but he's being a little bit shy. Can you guess what kind of animal my friend is? I'll give you a hint. His name is Hedgie. Maybe if you say his name with me, we can get him to come out and talk to us. Ready? Hedgie. It's okay, Hedgie. They just want to hear about some of your favorite books.
You mean the ones about me?
Well, yes, some of them are about you, but they're all written and illustrated by Jan Brett.
Oh, I know her.
Well, of course you do, Hedgie. She's the one who created you. Do you remember the first book that you were in?
It's called The Mitten, and it is actually a retelling of a Ukrainian folktale. Can we show it to them?
Sure, Hedgie, we can show them.
There I am.
That's you all right. I can tell by your prickles and your pointy nose. One of my favorite things about Jan Brett is her illustrations.
Do you mean the pictures in the book?
Yes, I especially love how she draws pictures on the sides of the page to tell us a little bit more about what's going on in the story. Like this. I see a little boy jumping in the snow, but I also see an older lady with some yarn. I wonder what she is doing. Let's read a little to find out. Once there was a boy named Nicky who wanted his new mittens made from wool as white as snow. At first, his grandmother Baba did not want to knit white mittens. If you drop one in the snow, she warned, you'll never find it. But Nicky wanted snow white mittens, and finally, Baba made them. Now I'm going to flip to the very last picture. I wonder what happened to that mitten. I think his Baba is thinking the same thing.
Let's tell them about another book that I'm in.
Okay, Hedgie. Which book should we talk about next?
How about the one with my surprise?
Oh, you mean Hedgie's surprise. Well, in this book, a little boy decides that he wants to start eating eggs for breakfast. So he begins stealing from poor Henny. All Henny wants is to be a mother hen, but she can't do that with the little boy taking all her eggs. Then one day, she meets Hedgie, who comes up with a plan to help Henny.
I tricked the little boy by...
Shh! Hedgie, we want to keep the ending a surprise. If you tell them what you do to help Henny, then it won't be a surprise.
But how will they ever find out what happens?
I guess they'll just have to read it to find out. What other books do you think that we should tell them about by Jan Brett?
The one when I go into outer space.
Oh, I forgot you did that. What book was that again?
Hedgie Blasts Off. At first, I just work on the cleanup crew at Star Lab. Then one day, the robot they were going to send into space stops working, so they have to send...
Okay, Hedgie, I think we've talked enough about your books. They're going to think that Jan Brett only writes about you. One of my favorites is actually called The Trouble with Trolls. Let me read you the beginning. My name is Treva, and I have had trouble with trolls. It all happened one day in early spring when I decided to visit my cousin, who lives on the other side of Mount Baldy. It takes all morning to climb up the mountain, but then I fly down the other side on my skis. My dog Tuffy and I walked up the path until we reached the place where the last of the old trees stood. And that's where trouble with trolls began. As we walked through the trees, something scuttled by. Tuffy ran after it. I heard a yelp, and there was Tuffy, caught tight in the arms of a troll. I was certain that's what he was, with his long furry tail, big ears, and one gold earring. The troll squealed and growled, "I want back." What are you doing, Hedgie?
I don't like the trolls. They scare me. That's why I'm hiding in this book.
Wait, you're in this book too, Hedgie?
If you look carefully at the pictures, you'll see me on every page.
Well, I know one book that you're definitely not in.
Yeah, the Three Little Pigs.
You know Jan Brett didn't write that book, but she did write a book very similar to it. This book, The Three Little Dassies, follows a similar storyline. These three sisters decide that it's time to move out. They each build their house a little differently, and before they know it, someone is trying to get in. Like on this page.
I see you, Dassie.
The eagle screeched and swooped down. "I'll flap, and I'll clap, and I'll blow your house in," he squawked, beating the air with his wings until the grass roof sailed off. The eagle grabbed Mimby and lifted her up, up, up to his nest.
Yikes! I don't remember that happening to any of the pigs. And what's a dassie?
A dassie is an animal that lives in Africa. Jan Brett loves to travel, and then she writes books that are set in the places that she's been. She also wrote the book Honey, Honey, Lion after visiting Africa.
What other places has she been?
Well, she's been all over the place, but a few that I can think of off the top of my head are China and Costa Rica. She wrote Daisy Comes Home after being in China, and then she wrote The Umbrella after visiting Costa Rica. I think we've shown them enough books for one day.
Check out all the other books that Jan Brett has written and illustrated, especially The Hat, because I'm in that one too.
Where are you hiding in these pictures? Oh, now I see.